श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वातरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुकारो अन्धकारो वैरुकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। Kamilaji, you are recording, no? Because I don't see the recording symbol. Is it okay?
Yes, I am recording.
So, we are in the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is analyzing the three states of a human being. In order to know the reality, there are different ways. So, the systematic analysis is called prakriya. So, there are different ways, avasthatraya prakriya. Analyzing the three states occurring in a human body. Avasthatraya prakriya. Panchakosha viveka prakriya. It's another way of analyzing the reality through the 5 sheets of the human body. Panchakosha. First is the sheet which is external, which is made of food. Annamaya kosham. Pranamaya kosham. A sheet or a cover on the reality made by the prana. Prana means it can be our senses, can be the vital forces, like that. Annamaya kosham, pranamaya kosham, manomaya kosham, and another sheet, a cover which is on the reality made by the mind, intellect, etc. Then Vijnanamaya kosham, memory and intellect. And Anandamaya kosham, a sheet made by the happiness. This is called Panchakosha Viveka Prakriya, which is not needed right now. I am talking about the different ways of analyzing the reality. Or I can say, from the known to the unknown. The reality is not known, but there are certain things as a starting point. What is known to me? My waking state is known to me. My dream state is known to me. my deep sleep state is also known to me when I wake up from the deep sleep. So from the known to the unknown. Adhyaropa apavatena nishprapancham prapanchate. When something is not known, which is formless, we superimpose the things and we analyze the superimposed forms in the creation and we reveal the unknown, which is in the form of formless, which is not known through the external senses, which is not known from our standpoint of body, mind, sense, etc. So, from the known to the unknown. And Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad analyzes the three states of a human being. In fact, Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is talking about Omkara. What is Om? And Omkara is connected with the three states. Thus, we entered into the analysis of analyzing the three states, we will get the reality. So here, waking state, which is called in Sanskrit Jagrata Avastha. Dream state, which is called Swapna Avastha. And a deep sleep state, which is called Sushupti Avastha, Nidra Avastha, etc. etc. So Māṇḍūkya Upanishad has only 11 verses. And these 11 verses are very deep. For analyzing the 11 verses, Gaudapada Acharya, one of the traditional teacher in our tradition, independently written few verses based on this Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. That is called Prakaranam, a treatise, a text which is being independently written by his own, somebody's words, what he understood from the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. What is the exact way of understanding Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad? Thus, we have a treatise called Māṇḍūkya kārikā, which has 4 sections. A treatise, Prakaranam, in the form of slogan, verses, based on the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. For the ordinary people, even though they have extraordinary sense, remember that one who comes to study the Upanishad is to be treated as an intellect, Panditaha. He may be different from different caste, religion, etc., etc. But in order to know the reality of an individual, or in order to know what is self, that mission is not possible to undertake by everybody. You need some grace from the Lord. You need to put some effort. You need to be under the spell of a right traditional teacher. You need some taste in order to know what is the reality. When we are covered, we are surrounded by different body pleasures around us. Movies, hubs, pubs, clubs, different eatables, lot of luxurious things. who will undertake a mission to know the reality? Very few will dare to do that. This is been told by Lord Krishna in his Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yathati siddhaye. Among 1,000, very few people will take to this path, and very few will understand the reality. Similarly, in Kathopanishad, which we have already gone, Paranchikani vitarnat soyam bhuhu parang pashyadina antaratman. What I told right now, our empirical world where we live, whether you are in a city or in a village, because the mobile phone is there, everything is there in your thumb. What are the movies? Where are the hubs? Where are the pubs? Where there is a beautiful hotel? What are the other luxurious things which I can enjoy for my pleasures? So this is being told by Yama, Lord Yama to Nachiketas, Paranchikani. The senses are extroverted. They will run to different things. They will only look at other than you, other than the reality, not towards the reality. Very few will try to understand who am I, who is the person who is searching for the happiness, whether it is body or something other than the body. So, in order to undertake a mission that I want to know Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, that itself shows the real nature of a human being. So even though it's very few, because this is not something amusing, this is pure intellectual, and it's beyond the intellectual. So very few, one who have a simple IQ more than any other person, some grace from the Lord to know the reality. And all these things are factors. When we go through the Upanishad, you will know how much it is relevant, and the personality, the person who studies will become the largest thing in the world. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. Brahmavit Apnoti Param. Na drishtuhu drishtayehe viparilopaha na vidyade. Shrayan Dravyamayat Yajnaha Jnana Yajnah Parantapa. The knowledge will be the topmost thing which will take the person to the highest. So the knowledge to understand the reality about oneself should be the top priority of a human being. So coming to that topic which I started. So Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad have Prakarana Gaudapada kārikā, written by Gaudapada Acharya. Shankara Bhagavad Pada's Guru's Guru. So Gaudapada Acharya has written almost 300 verses based on this Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, his own vision. That vision he has put into his a book called Gaudapada kārikā, and it has 4 sections. First section, what we are studying now, is Agama Prakaranam. Based upon the Upanishadic statements, the Upanishad is being connected with his verses. So we can understand very clearly. Remember that each and every Upanishad have one single topic. Jiva, Ishvara, Ekatva, Jnanam, or Brahma Jnana, or Atma Jnana. The identity or the union between the individual and the Lord, they are one. This is the topic of each and every Upanishad. So we are studying Agama Prakarana. Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad have a kārikā which is written by Gaudapada Acharya. And this kārikā have 4 sections, and one of the section, first section, what we are studying is Agama Prakarana. Agama means other Upanishadic texts. From that, those sentences are being connected with this Upanishad. So we are studying now what are the verses connected to the respective verses of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. It will be inserted in between. So after the 7th verse of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, we are going to study the 10th, 11th, 12th verses of Māṇḍūkya kārikā. Now we are in the Māṇḍūkya kārikā. For example, suppose there is a chapter in biology. Regarding that chapter, a teacher has written some notes which will be very helpful to understand that biology chapter. So after every paragraph, we will also read his notes connected with this paragraph, correct? Similarly, after each and every verses of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, those verses which are connected with these verses will also, we are going to see. This is how in the tradition. So after the 7th verse, we are going to see the Māṇḍūkya kārikā, few verses, and the first section is called Agama Prakarana. These things you need not to memorize. Just for the sake of understanding and some discussion, I just told you in the traditional way. Now, Agama Prakarana, because we have seen 9 verses before the Māṇḍūkya Upanishadic words, Nantah Prajnam Nabahish Prajnam, which we have already gone through. Before that, 9 verses we have studied, which is connected to the 6th verse of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. After the 7th verse of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, we are going to study a few verses of Māṇḍūkya kārikā. And here it is. Nivritte sarva dukkhanam Ishana prabhuravyayah Advaita sarva bhavanam Devasthuryo vipusmritaha. Once more I will read. Nivritte sarva dukkhanam Ishana prabhuravyayah Advaita sarva bhavanam Devasthuryo vipusmritaha. Remember, in the 7th verse, we have studied Turiyaha. Turiyaha means, I explained there, the 4th. There is no numeric relationship for the 4th thing with these 3 states. I already mentioned you. When we explained the waking state, we have to explain the dream state. And after that, we have explained the deep sleep state. Now, we are going to see what is the substratum, what is the base for all these 3 states. For that, regarding the explanations, the base will fall under the 4th explanation. That's all. There is no connection with the 4th thing and with the 3 states. What is that? The Turiyaha, the base, which is the substratum, which is the locus of creation and the individual self. That is called 4th. We already saw in a proper way what is that fourth. Nantaf prajnam, na bahish prajnam, na upayataf prajnam, na prajnam, na aprajnam, shantam shivam, advaitam, chaturtam, manyande, etc. etc. Few more explanation regarding the self through kārikā. If one come to know the knowledge about the base of entire creation and about oneself, the knowledge about oneself. Remember that knowledge will take away all the misconclusions. Knowledge will take away the ignorance about oneself. Knowledge will take away all kinds of limitations about oneself. What knowledge? I am limitless. I am all-pervading. I am the one and only entity which is not subject to death and birth. All these things are my real nature. From nowhere we will get this information, only from Upanishads, only from Vedanta, we will get the real knowledge about oneself. Real knowledge about oneself. Who is the listener? Because when you analyze one pot, you will find out clay is the base for the pot. That information is enough to conclude the whole clay world, the whole pot world is just one clay. Similarly, if I analyze myself and I conclude myself that I am not this body, that conclusion is itself to understand the creation is just a superimposition on the substratum, what we call consciousness. When nobody says to me, nobody says, in the dark room there is a rope, but I just enter inside that and I keep my feet on that and I conclude myself, there is a snake in this dark. Due to the non-apprehension of the rope, I misinterpreted, I have a conclusion about the rope that it is a snake. So the right knowledge is it is a rope. That knowledge will take away all the issues regarding the snake. Once I come to know it is not a snake, my fear has gone away. I was shivering, that will also go away. I was sweating, that will also go away. All my issues will go away once I come to know the reality. Similarly, Brahmavit apnoti param. It's an Upanishadic statement. A person who comes to know Brahman will reach the ultimate, will become the ultimate. When a person comes to know Brahman will become Brahman. These two sentences are to be understood properly so that it will be very easy. A person understands Brahman. The consciousness is called Brahman. The word Brahman means the biggest. That consciousness is called Brahman. One who comes to know I am Brahman, he will become the ultimate, he will become the biggest. And Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. When I am already Brahman and I don't know that I am the biggest in the world and I am the consciousness. Because I am thinking myself that I am a limited human being right from the beginning of the birth. My parents didn't inform me that you are consciousness. My uncle didn't inform me, even though he is rich, he was involved in a lot of business, but he didn't know that I am consciousness, which is not subject to death and birth. My relatives never informed. My teachers didn't inform me. In fact, they promoted my ideas, which I am already mistaken ideas. You are a human being. So that government has given some identity card or passport. They are promoting my small ideas, which are mistaken. Entire people around me is just promoting my small ideas regarding me. I have already committed a mistake that I am a human being. And the government is also promoting that you are a human being, you are a male, you have a birth, you have born in this city, all these things they have written and we have a record. So everybody is promoting my mistaken ideas and I am very much confirmed that I am a human being. And I am a man or I am a woman. I have this type of hair. I have this type of a shape of, I have a face like this. My body is like this. Lot of limitations again and again. And one mistake I committed, I am a human being. Then all other limitations I superimpose myself. So that Guru will appear in one's own life, traditional teacher. And due to our grace of the Lord, due to our disciplines which we are performing in our life, due to the meditations, due to the proper way of living, a person will reach to a right person to know the reality. From there, a person will come to know, I am not this human being body. I am the supreme consciousness, which is the substratum of the entire world, and all the bodies are centered on this substratum. Thus, a person will come to know, I am Brahman. I am already Brahman. I was mistaking myself. I was living in a mistaken identity. Then I come to know that it's all my fault. Nobody informed me that I am Brahman. Then now I came to know that I am Brahman. Thus, Brahmavit, the knower of the Brahman, will become the ultimate. It is not that from the second he understood, he became the ultimate. It's not like that. He was already the ultimate, highest reality. But in fact, he didn't get any information from anybody. He was thinking about himself with a lot of limitations. I am an inferior living being. I am illegitimate. I don't have any kind of strength to overcome my death. I am like this. Compared to the cine actor, I am not having that much beauty compared to him. A lot of limitations I have already inside my mind. Thus, a person, when he comes to study under a guru, the guru will inform him, hey, you are not human being. You are the source of entire creation. You are the source of happiness. You are the source of all living beings. You will never die. You never have any birth. Your body has birth, which is not you. that information will make him Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. He will become the ultimate. Brahmavit Apnoti Param. He will reach the ultimate reality after knowing the teachings of the traditional teacher. It is not an information to be understood intellectually. It is to be an owned up knowledge that my mistaken identity will be destructed by the teachings. Yathaitamsi samithogni basmasat kurude tada. Just making ashes when the fire lights up properly. Similarly, my mistaken identity should get vanished by my real knowledge. What is that real knowledge? That is being told here as the fourth, which we have explained by Gaudapada Acharya in his 10th kārikā. Nivritte sarva dukkhana. If one gets the knowledge about the fourth, it is indicated that sarva dukkhanam nivarti. Because unhappiness, pain, sorrow are the part of mistaken identity, especially in the waking state. Waking state itself is a superimposition on the reality. In the waking state, there is an unhappiness. There is an issue with the body. There is an issue from my neighbor. There is an issue from my job. There is an issue regarding my car. There is an issue from different people. That unhappiness continues in my waking state. Of course, if you have some ideas already there inside the mind, you will see some dream also, and it will also have some pain and unhappiness. But once you come to know the real nature of an individual, that means the real nature of the listener. When I say listener means, it doesn't mean that all others are fake identities. Vedanta talks directly towards the listener. Even though you are here 10 or 11 people, there is only a connection between the teacher and the disciple when the teaching happens. So when I say listener means the real nature of the listener of Vedanta. Nivartehi sarva dukkhanam. Nivarti, cessation, or the destruction, or an end for all kinds of worries, happiness, sorrow, pain, etc., etc. The waking state itself is going to get vanished from my mind. After studying, so there will be no waking state. You can't ask like a question like that, okay? When I say like this, waking state itself is a fake identity. There is no waking state from the ultimate standpoint. Waking state is there for the body. As long as the body continue in this world, the waking state will continue. You came to know that there is no sunrise and sunset. It's only a phenomenon due to the rotation of the earth. After this knowledge, won't you see that the sun rising in the east? Won't you see that the sun setting in the west? We will see and we will enjoy. Nothing wrong on that. After knowing the reality about the waking state will be there for my body, not for me. This is the proper way of understanding. My body will go through all these three states, but it's not for me. Up to this moment, I was thinking waking state is all for me. But once I came to know the reality about myself, the consciousness is the base, which is me, which is also called self. That consciousness is not subject to any kind of states. Thus, all the states are just superimposition on this consciousness. And in the waking state, there are some worries. There are some unhappiness. There are some issues regarding the body, mind, people around me. Some people criticize me for my nature and for my behavior and for my talents. Some people praise me because of my talent, because of my behavior. We are beyond all these criticism and the praising. We should not put down ourselves due to the criticizes. We should not raise because of the praising. This is called a dundvaha. It's all connected to body. The body's destiny will bring sometimes some criticism. People are meant to criticize, especially when you are doing something relevant. They want to throw some cow dung towards you, because they can't do that. And they don't have the time what you are doing, because you are doing something good and relevant. They will throw some cow dung towards you, so that some interruption will be happening, some block, but you will carry forward, correct? So remember that the more you are doing something good, more criticism will happen. It should be, because they don't want to try what you are doing. They don't have the time for what you are doing, and they are interested in something other thing. When they came to know that he or she or you are doing better than me, they will try to have some obstacles. At least they will throw some cow dung through their words. So criticizing is inevitable in this world. If you come to know that, you will be always have a smile in your face. Okay, that's all. You need not to respond. You need not have a disagreement towards the person who is criticizing you. You need not to take as a serious matter when somebody criticizes you. No? Like when Puja Swamiji, our Swami Dayananda, was visiting a zoo, he was looking at animals and everything. So somebody somebody made some joke or mocking towards him. Oh, there is a monkey outside also, because he's in orange clothes, or no, sages used to wear orange clothes or black or something like that. There is a monkey outside also, somebody criticized him. But he just gave a laugh and told her, a monkey wearing orange. He just taken in that way, So if you try to have a disagreement or in that words, then it will become a big issue, because ignorant and wise will not have a dispute, should not have a dispute, Your level is something big. When you have a life of wise, you should not have argument with lower people. You just walk away from that. So here, the person who is the consciousness, understanding the reality about the fourth, Nivartehe sarva dukkha. That guy, that listener understood, I am the consciousness. I am not this body. I am not the waking state. Whatever worries are there in the waking state will not affect me. Whatever things are attacking in this world in the waking state, I will not have any issues from my ultimate standpoint. They can hurt my body, they can hurt my mind, they can hurt regarding something other than connected to body, but ultimately I am beyond the hurt and the heal. I am never subject to hurt. I am never subject to heal. Body is subject to hurt and heal. When a person understand properly, Lord Krishna says, Nayam Hantina Hanyate. He don't kill somebody, he will not become the object of killing. Means there is no hurt and there is no heal and there is no karta, bhokta, enjoyer, doer relationship. All these things bring worries and pain. When you have a mistaken identity regarding yourself that I am this body, then for the sake of body, you need to become popular, you have some pressure, and the people will criticize you, people will looking towards the action, they will condemn you. No pressure. I am not this body. I am the all-pervading consciousness. Thus, there will be the cessation of all the worries. Nivartihi sarva dukkhanam. From any standpoint, nobody can hurt you. You are the being. You are the entity who is the base of creation. Everything is relying on you. You are not depending on anything. Your body may be depending on gravitational force, vital force, food, water, etc., etc. But I am not depending on anything. This will make the person fearless. Nivartehe sarva dukkhanam. Ishanah prabhuravyayah. Ishanah. The base of three states. Or Shankara gives another example, Shankara says, Ishanaha idi asya padasya vyakhyanam prabhuhu idi. The word Ishana is the same word prabhuhu, the next word. What is that prabhuhu? Dukkha nivrittim pradi prabhavati ityarthaha. That will take away all worries by understanding the reality, so that he is called Prabhu. Prabhavati iti Prabhu. Dukkha nivrittim prati. Once you know the reality, that will be the end of all kinds of worries. When you came to know this is the rope, that moment itself, your fear towards the snake will fly away. It will not, more than 1 second, it will not be there in your mind. It's very important. The knowledge can only take away all kinds of worries regarding son, regarding brother, regarding wife, regarding your job, regarding anything. Because all are connected with your body. When you know that these things are only connected with the body, I am not depending upon anything for my survival. I am self-evident, independent, self-effulgent, Atman, the self, the consciousness. I don't need anything for my survival. Atitam chupipasa. Even the hunger and the thirst are connected with the body, not with me. All these things, when you understand properly, you are the Prabhu, you are the Ishana. Paripalana Karta. In some other place, Shankara has written Ishaha. One who protects the entire creation, one who has the base, is called Ishana. One who makes to know that we are free from all kinds of worries. That consciousness is called Ishanaha, the protector. One who takes care of all this creation in the laws of karma. Whatever karma you do, according to that, you will reach, you will get the results. So, Ishanaha Prabhu. Knowing this reality, one will be free from all kinds of worries. One who generates the freedom from worries is called Prabhu. And Avyayaha, changeless, permanent. Na vedi iti avyayaha. Our body have different changes. Jayate, asti, vardate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, vinashyati. Taking birth, it will grow. When it matured, it will be in the middle age. After that, it will start to decay. Viparinamate, apakshiyate, total damage for the entire body, becoming old. And vinashyati, it will go. So there is a different, there are 6 changes, Everybody is subject to change. It is not like the Anaconda Part 2, somebody is going to find out some red orchid which will have the property of anti-aging. Nothing is there. It's all just like a narrative, fabricated narratives. Nothing can stop your aging regarding the body. If it can stop the aging, it should stop at the age of 1. But you have grown up to 16, 17, 20, 30, 40, 50. What is the point of stopping the aging? How can you stop aging? They are just giving some fake ads. Anti-aging property, aloe vera gel. Nothing will happen. You will spend some money. If the aloe vera gel can stop your aging, it should stop at the age of 1 itself. Or when you have got the birth, but you have grown up. So, can take care of the body proper way. That's all we can do. And taking proper food, living proper way, proper mind, proper thoughts. These things will help to live a proper life. Anayasena sayujyam vina dainena jivanam. Free from all kinds of diseases and without having any difficulties to attain the ultimate. Dehime kripaya shambho. Oh Lord, please give me this blessing, And also total devotion as long as I live in this world towards you. There is no stopping of aging. Body means subject to change. Mind means subject to change. Our every organ is subject to change. Nothing wrong on that. First, accept yourself the natural way of creation. Creation is based on changing. Everything is subject to change. But in order to know the change, there should be an unchanging entity. We are talking about that only. My body is changing. Who identified this? That consciousness which is unchanging in nature, which is not subject to death and birth. That consciousness is recognizing my body is changing. At the age of 30, I was looking like this. At the age of 16, I was more looking like that. At the age of 10, I see the picture of mine. Now I am 60, I am looking like this. I coordinate all these things who was not changing at any point of time. The unchanging entity is called Avyayaha, who is the real nature, who is the intrinsic nature, who is the listener. In spite of all changes occurring in my body, I am not subject to any change. That is why I coordinate, I organize all the changes in my body. Even there is a wound, I put some ointment, some medicine. Morning when I wake up, I think the wound was like this yesterday. Right now it is like this. To coordinate that, when the wound was happening, that entity was there. The same entity continue without changing the morning also, so that he says or it says that the wound is healing now. I am the unchanging entity and my name is Avyayaha. I am permanent. Anything can happen for my body. But this knowledge that I am permanent, the consciousness which is never subject to death and birth or any change, not subject to any modification. You can modify your face, you can modify your body, nothing wrong on that. As long as you live in the society, may you get recognized by using whatever things you can use. Okay? You can use the ointment, you can use the ornaments, keep the body in a shape. Everything is needed because you are living in a society. People should not think you are a madcap after studying Vedanta. You are the most wanted person for them after studying Vedanta. With your body, use proper perfume, use luxurious dress. Every good thing is meant for good people, not for the terrorist or some other lower thinking people, You are the best person in the world. You have to keep the best mobile. You have to keep the best dress. You have to keep the best luxurious car. As long as Yada Shakti, according to your strength with the money and your things, So nothing wrong. As long as your prarabdha allows. Once you feel everything is enough, then you drop everything. You need just one single dress and live in this knowledge, just relax. Everything will come towards you once you come to know I am this sustainer of entire universe. This is the another fact. You need not to go in search of anything. Just you think the things will come towards you. Ananyāścintayanto mam yecana paryupasade tesham nityabhayuktayanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. One who think, one who came to know I am the sustainer of the entire creation, for them everything will be in their hand. They will come towards him because he came to know the reality. He is not interested on any actions in the creation. This is a fact which is told by Lord Krishna. Fine. So, Ishanaha Prabhuhu Avyayaha. I am the unchanging entity consciousness. Then this knowledge about the fourth Turiyaha is like this. Advaita Sarva Bhavanam. Non-duality. Advaita. This knowledge itself is called Advaita Siddhantam. I want to explain that. Dvaitam means duality. In Sanskrit, Dvaitam means duality. Advaitam means non-dual. non-duality. This philosophy itself is called philosophy of non-duality. Why they didn't keep monoism? This is called oneness or union, or they kept Advaita Siddhantam, philosophy of non-duality. This is the fact. Why? When I take a birth in this universe, everything is other than me. Everything is other than me. I see my father other than me. I see my mother other than. I see my cat other than me. I see my dog other than me. I see my car other than me. I see everything other than me. This is called Dvaitam, empirical reality, material world. I need a food which is second from me to quench, to make me healthier. I need water. Everything is second other than me. So all my perception make me to think that this is a world with a lot of things around me and duality is true. There is a confirmation of duality from my experiences. Because even I seek happiness from a secondary thing. How can I deny the duality? I love broccoli and broccoli is a secondary thing and I have to collect the broccoli from the shop and I used to eat, then only I will be happy. I need a filter coffee, it is secondary thing. I have to collect from the outside world and so all these things confirm me. Lot of things are there around me and this is called dual world, dualitical world, duality. Dvaita prapancham. Other than me, lot of things are there. Prapancham confirms me. There are things around me. But the reality is the one and only consciousness appearing in different forms, which are superimposed form. If you make an inquiry on the things, it will end up in consciousness. Like, different waves are there in the ocean. Even though I see all the waves, if you analyze what is the reality of the waves, it will end up in water. Similarly, if you make an analysis on the thing which is right in front of you or an inquiry towards yourself, you will end up in consciousness. So, denial of the dualitical world is being brought through Advaita Siddhanta. Even though you perceive a lot of things around you and you may feel that everything is true, still it is not true. That is why the opposite word of Dvaitam is Advaitam. Even though you perceive the duality, it is not there at all if you make an inquiry. There is only non-duality. That's why the philosophy itself called philosophy of non-duality. Vedanta itself is called Advaita Siddhantam, philosophy of non-duality. This is the fact, this is the truth. And this will only take away the fear of an individual. If you think that I am different from this person, means there is always a fear of he will approve me or he will agree with me or he will hurt me. But when you have the idea that myself and this person is one and the only truth, everything is one thing, that thought will take away your fear. Similarly, the entire world is not fear for me. Lot of things are there. If I say Advaitam can take away all your hurts, all your worries, I will explain you when the moment comes. So Advaitam means non-dual. The Turiya is non-dual. There is no separation in the waking state. There is no separation in the dream state. They are not different. Even though we given some name called Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna, the one consciousness when it appears in the waking state is called Vishwa. The same consciousness when it appears in the dream state is called Taijasa. The same consciousness when is not aware of the entire world is called Prajnaha. The same consciousness is non-dual. Advaitaha Sarva Bhavanam. Bhava means all the three states or every substances in the world, like stars, sky, living beings, species, etc., etc. These are also called bhava. Not only the three states, all the things which you enjoy, which you experience, everything is the consciousness. That's why you cannot hurt anybody through words, your actions, your behavior, because you are hurting Ishvara. Everything is the one and the only Lord who is appearing in the different forms. Sarva Bhavanam. Devaha Turyaha Vipusmrataha. I will explain these words in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhya Shupamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Eshoyam Choparhitaha Brahmana Santu Darbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha
Oh, it's the
Harihi
father
Om.